Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and in this video I'll be teaching on how to make this blouse. So previously I have already done a video on how to make the bubble skirt. If you're yet to see the video, I'll be dropping the link to the tutorial on the description box. So do it to also like, subscribe and drop a beautiful comment. So let's get started. So for this dress, you'll be needing about 1.5 yard of Ankara fabric, and also you need about half yard of lining and also cloth gum. So on my pattern paper right here, I've gone ahead to mark out my vertical measurement, and the vertical measurement I have here is my chest line, which I have 8 inches, and also my full length I'll be using 19.5 inches for that. So the next thing I will do now is to go ahead to mark out my neck width of 3 inches and also my chest line of 7 inches. And from my chest line, I will go ahead to come down by 1 inch, and after which I want to use my pattern ruler to connect it and also connect a straight line. So before that, I just want to go ahead to ensure that my chest line is marked accurately there. My shoulder length is marked accurately on my chest line, which I'll use my pattern ruler to connect it. So right now, what I did was to mark out my hip bust round divided by 4, and I went ahead to mark it. And the next thing I want to do now is to go ahead to mark out my half length. So after marking my half length, because I didn't mark it initially, I'm going to go ahead to use my pattern ruler to connect it and also go ahead to mark it out. So on my half length, I want to go ahead to mark out my waist round divided by 4, and whatever measurement I have, I want to go ahead to return it and also connect it to my chest line on the mark which I marked my bust round measurement. So right here, I went ahead also to mark out my hip round divided by 4, and whatever measurement I had, I went ahead to connect it. So for my neck depth, I'll be using 10.5 inches. So you might also want to go ahead to measure where you want your neck depth. You might not want yours to be open as mine was. So you want to go ahead to measure where you want your neck depth to be and connect it. So right here, I went ahead to get the midpoint here, and whatever I had, I came out by 3/4 inch and also went ahead to use my curved pattern ruler to connect it just as you see me do. So right now, the next thing I want to do is that from my half length, I'll go ahead to mark 1 inch up, and I want to use my straight ruler to connect it. So because this front part is divided into 2, so this is where the down part is going to start from. And so from the the full blouse length, I'm going to go ahead to come down by 4 inch, and this is going to be for our Basque effect. So what next I'm going to do now is to use my straight ruler to connect it just as you see me do. And at this point, I'll say I'm done with drafting the front, so I want to go ahead now to move on to the back. So for the back now, I just want to go ahead to extend whatever lines I have. So the vertical measurement which I used for the front is what I'm still going to go ahead to use for the back. So I just want to go ahead to use this straight ruler, to connect this line here, and from there I want to go ahead to come in by 3 inches and also go out to mark out 7 inch for my shoulder length. And for my shoulder length measurement, I'll come down by 1 inch, and on my chest line I want to go ahead to also mark my shoulder length measurement divided by 2. So next thing I'm doing now is to go ahead to connect these lines together. So for my back neck depth, I'll be using 1 inch, and which after marking that out, I'll use my straight ruler to connect it. So the next thing now is on the blouse length. I went ahead to mark about ½ inch in, and which I would just want to go ahead to connect it to my neck depth. So right now on my armhole measurement, I'll go ahead to get the midpoint and come out by 0.5 inch and go ahead to mark it. And I went ahead also to mark out my bust round divided by 4, and whatever measurement I have, I went ahead to mark it out, and which I connected for my armhole. So on my half length right now, I'll be able to go ahead now to mark out my waist round divided by 4 and also return my vertical measurement. So I mean, what we did for the front is what we're just going to be returning to the back, and the only difference for the back is that the neck depth is 1 inch and we had our zip slant here. So right here, I just want to go ahead to mark out for my back, and for our back we are not going to be having a Basque effect. So the 4 inch which I marked in the front, I'm not going to be doing that for the back. So right here now, I thought to have my dart, so I just want to go ahead to mark 4 inches round for my dart. So I just want to go ahead to mark it. So for this that I just love to use 4 inches, but the best measurement to use here is your nipple to nipple measurement. And after marking that out, I went ahead to mark out my this thing, that intake, which I'll be using 1/2 inch for that. So before that, I'll just want to go ahead to mark out my bust point measurement, and which I have 12 inches for that. So I just want to go ahead to mark it out, and my dart is going to be starting from this my bust point. So after marking this out, I also want to go ahead to ensure that I have 12 inches across the line, and after ensuring that, I connect with my straight ruler, and then my nipple to nipple measurement, I'll also go ahead to extend it up to the bust point. On my half length, I'll go ahead to mark out 1/2 inch on both sides, which is going to be serving for my dart intake. And after connecting like this, I also want to go ahead to extend this 1/2 inch down. So I'm not going to be closing it because I also want to extend my dart intake down. And so right now, I want to go ahead to my half length and return 1 inch, which is our dart intake that I did, which I'll go ahead to connect just as you see me do, and also go ahead to connect my lines back like this. So the final line I'm going to be connecting is my backs line. So right now I'll be extending to the back. I'm going ahead to take my dart intake for the back. I'll go ahead to also return my 12-inch bust point, which I used for the front, and mark it round, and also use my pattern ruler to connect. And I'll also be using my nipple to nipple measurement here, which I also want to go ahead to mark round, and also go ahead to also take 1/2 inch for the dart intake, which I also used for the front. So I'll go ahead and return same thing here, and the same process which we did for the front, also returning to the side the measurements we took. That's what I'm going to do here, and after which we are done with the drafting, and we want to go ahead to proceed to cut out. So I didn't know my camera wasn't recording when I redrafted the back line. So what you just want to go ahead to do now is to close the dart line. And when you close it, you'll notice that the back line that we did not align. So what you will now want to do is to go ahead to redraw the line again. So that's what I did. And I also went ahead to mark this new line that I have. So when I'm cutting out, I'll be able to take note of it. So right here, this is just what we're going to do. And after now, I'm going to go ahead now to proceed with the cutting. So the part which I came up by 1 inch while drafting, this particular part is going to serve for the half cut for this dress, which I've gone ahead to separate it from the other part, and I've gone ahead to cut out my dart. So this is what I have. So let's proceed to cutting out the back. So while cutting out this back, I noticed I made a mistake. I went ahead to cut out the first line. I didn't cut the other line. So please ensure not to make this same mistake. So right now, this is our back part. So you might want to go ahead to close this part up, or you might want to go ahead to also leave it to act as a style line. So for me, I'm going to be closing it up. So you might just want to go ahead to go with your preference, which other way you want it to be. And this is what I have, and I want to go ahead to trim whatever excesses I have, and I want to go ahead now to proceed to cutting to fabric. So before cutting to fabric, so for this upper part that we have, I just want to go ahead to open one of the dart leg and go ahead to close it. So because our dart extended up, and we will not want to leave it like that, so you just want to go ahead to close it, and after you're done closing it with your paper tape, then you'll say we are ready to cut to fabric. So right here, I've gone ahead to cut the fabric, and I added about 1/2 inch round, and for the side, I added about 1 inch, and also same thing here. I went ahead to return about 1/2 inch round, and for the side, I returned about 1 inch. And next thing now is the back. I also went ahead to return 1/2 inch round, and for the zip allowance, I had about 1 inch, and for the side, I have about 1 inch. So right here, this is the front part which I have, and for my neck, I'll be using a bias for mine. So I'm not going to be using a lining for this top. So I'm just going to go ahead to sew my bias round. And when sewing this, so when you just sew and you get to this point, please, you want to go ahead to notch, but for me, I just went ahead to cut it off so that it can enable me sew well, like turn well when. So right here, this is what I have. I've gone ahead to cut out, and I just want to go ahead to place the other part of the bias here, and go ahead to also sew. So right here, I'm done with that, and this is what the back look like. I just want to go ahead to notch first in here by 1/2 inch so that when turning over, it could appear neat. And I just want to go ahead to sew around. So away from bias, another option you might want to use is cutting a facing for this part. So instead of using a bias, so right here, I'll just go to my sewing machine now to sew. So right here, this is the down part of the back part which I have. So this is what I have, and I also went ahead to use a clothes gun for mine. So right now, I just want to go ahead to sew to join it together by 1/2 inch. So I'll go to my sewing machine to do that. And right here, I'm done with that, and I've also gone ahead to press open it, and this is what I have. So I want to use my lining to turn it over. So to use my lining to turn it over, I just want to go ahead to get this upper part and go ahead first to sew by 1/2 inch and turn half. So right here, I just want to go ahead to use my office pin to hold it down first. So after holding down, so let's just assume that I've gone ahead to sew. So right now, I just want to go ahead to get my lining and go ahead to place it this way. Just watch how I place the lining. So alternatively, you might not want to sew first. You might just want to go ahead to place it like this and go ahead to sew by 1/2 inch. And after sewing by 1/2 inch, you might also want to come to sew the sides also by 1/2 inch, but for me, I'm not going to be doing that. And if you have excesses, you want to go ahead to trim that out. So right here, I'm done doing that. I've just gone ahead to sew by 1/2 inch and turn over, and this is what I have. So I remember earlier I was saying that you might want to sew this side, so there will be no need doing that because we will also want to go ahead to hem, and if you sew the sides, it will be difficult to turn over. So to hem, I would just want to go ahead to place everything I have inside. So I'm using my office pin to hold this down. So while holding this down with my office pin, the reason is that so that it doesn't shake and it stays stable when sewing. So I would just want to go ahead, place everything in, use my office pin to hold it, and this hem part, I want to go ahead to sew by 1/2 inch. So I just want to go around and use my office pin to hold it around and also go ahead to sew by 1/2 inch. And after doing that, next thing we want to do is to turn over from the side. So you'll see why I said I did it, why I chose not to sew the side. So this is what I have after sewing by 1/2 inch, and I just want to go ahead to open it up. And after doing this, before doing that, I mean, I want to go ahead to get my scissors and notch round. And this part, I just want to go ahead to trim it out so that it can lay very flat. And again, when I'm ironing, it can come out well. So I just want to use my scissors to notch out. After notching out, I'll just want to go ahead to turn over from the side. And after turning over from the side, next thing we want to do now is to go ahead to just iron it, ensures it lays flat. So I'll just want to show you. So this is what I have, and I just like the outcome. So right now, I want to go ahead to iron. So after that, now next thing I want to go ahead to do now is to get my back piece. So right here, I have my facing for the neck part, and I also went ahead to cut out facing also for the hem. So for me, I jumped a lot of processes while making mine, which I had to make corrections after. So first and foremost, I went ahead to sew my zip, and before sewing the zip, you want to go ahead to sew your have your dart intake. So right here, for the zip, you want to go into sew by 1 inch, which I did, which I've already gone ahead to do. So but before sewing the zip, I want to go ahead to mark out for my dart intake. So right here for this dart intake, I went ahead to mark 12.5 inches down. Remember, we had 12 inches from our bust point, and from that 12.5 inches, I want to go ahead to mark out 4 inches from the zipper part down, which is going to be for our embossed span measurement. And I'm going to repeat the same process for the other part. Mark my 12.5 inches, and the reason why I'm using 1/2 inch is because of the 1/2 inch allowance which we have up there when we're sewing the neck. And after now, the next thing you want to do now is to go ahead to mark out 1/2 inch on both sides. So before marking 1/2 inch on both sides, I'm going to go ahead to come up by 1/2 inch, and the reason why I'm coming up by 1/2 inch, the reason I came up by 1/2 inch is because when sewing our hem, we're going to sew by 1/2 inch, and we don't want that affecting our dart. So you just want to go to your sewing machine to sew the dart. So right here, I'm going ahead to sew the dart, and don't forget, after sewing the dart, the next thing you want to do is to sew the hem. So right now, after sewing the hem, then you go ahead to sew your zip, and after sewing the zip, you want to go ahead to sew your facing. So for the facing, I would just want to go ahead to sew just as you see me do here. And for this hem that I made so at this point, it created an issue for me, which I had to lose everything after the sewing of the dress. I had to lose everything to correct it. So please don't just follow this process. So do well to, once you are done sewing your dart, you sew the hem. Then after sewing the hem, you go ahead to sew the zip, and then you come to sew the facing. So right here, I'm done sewing my facing, and the next thing I want to do now is to join the shoulder, front and the back shoulders together. So you just see as I turn that facing, that's how you just want to go ahead to do. And also you want to go ahead to sew by 1/2 inch, and after sewing by 1/2 inch, you just want to go ahead to join the sides by 1 inch. So right here, I'm done with that, and I want to go ahead now to measure out my armhole round and whatever I have serving as a guide. So right here, this is what I have on fold for my armhole, for my sleeve cutting, and for the width I have 12.5 inches. So that is my full length that I have here is going to be 25 inches. And for the length, I have about 26 inches for the length because I want this to be long. So the round armhole measurement I got, I want to go ahead to remove 1.5 inches from it and go ahead to mark it. And also from that mark there, I'll come down by 5 inches and also use my straight ruler to connect it. After connecting, I'll just want to go ahead to curve out my armhole measurement. So after that, now I'll just go ahead to measure around what I have, and I want to go ahead to get my armhole measurement and add about 1 inch. So after that, I'll just want to go ahead to connect that line to the end, just as you see me do. And right here, we're done with our sleeve, and next thing I want to do now is to cut out. So I was just considering covering that out, which I didn't use later, but then we just want to go ahead to cut out, and you want to go ahead to repeat the same process for the second sleeve. And after which you go ahead, you get your fabric, go ahead first and foremost to hem, and after hemming you notch out the midpoint, which will serve as a guide when sewing to your dress. So you go ahead to sew by half.